Hello, Bunkmates. Today I want to talk about Donatello of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles changed a lot of the characters. I'm not just talking about in design. Their personalities changed too, along with a lot of our things, but that's for another video. One of these things is Donatello being autistic. Now, it's possible that other incarnations of him have some type of autism, but I've only seen the 2012 version and a couple of the movies. I just started watching the 2003 version, but I've barely scratched season 1. Now, the writers have actually confirmed that Donatello is autistic. This isn't like the 2012 Mikey, who is ADHD coded but never confirmed to be. Now, Donatello is probably not officially undiagnosed. After all, the word autistic is never used in the show, and it's only because of the confirmation of the writers that we know he is. If Donatello does know that he's autistic, it's probably because he either looked it up or April O'Neil told him. In fact, it might have been April asking if he was autistic, if that would have caused him to look up if he is or not. Now, Mary, I hear you guys saying, what does Donatello being unofficially diagnosed have to do with anything? I'm so glad you guys asked. It's important because there's a couple of master narratives going around in today's world that involve what causes people being diagnosed with autism. Many people seem to believe that vaccines are what cause autism, or most recently, that Tylenol causes autism. Donatello is a mutant who was a turtle, so there's no Tylenol involved, and then spends his life living in a sewer, so they would not have been able to get vaccines. So, what are Donatello's autistic traits? Well, Don seems to have various different sensory issues. The first is that he doesn't like touching slimy surfaces.
You know, come to think of it, perhaps my webs could be of use in catching the bugs. I have no means to splort them around town, but surely a genius like you can create a clever device to use them to capture the bugs.
Okay, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to flatter me with the truth, and I love it!
Well then, allow me.
As fascinating as it is hideous. Oh, I hate it.
Don also is shown to listen to loud music and seems to struggle with volume.
Correction. This is Master Donnie's #1 playlist.
My fave songs to which I'm a jammy jam.
He also seems to struggle with people touching him, though it only seems to be if he doesn't initiate the touching. This is kind of inconsistent, though.
I'm afraid of togetherness.
Donatello also seems to have various different stims. If he's agitated, he grinds his teeth or twitches. If he's excited or happy, he tends to spin, kick his legs, and occasionally has vocal stims. He also struggles with sarcasm as well.
Tap into their security camera.
Oh, sure. Let me just load my Tap into Every Security Camera in New York app. I'm sorry if that sounded like sarcasm. It wasn't. I am in.
We even see Leo tell him that what he just said was sarcastic at one point in the show. Donatello is an interesting case when it comes to the autistic savant trope. See, he's in this weird spot. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of fall into the 5-man band trope. I won't go into too much detail, as that's a good video for another different analysis, or you can just go watch Overly Sarcastic Productions trope talk video about the 5-man band. But the idea is that there are 5 members of the band who have different roles. You have the tank or strong guy, the smart guy, the leader, the lancer, and what I'm going to call the heart or healer. Now, Mary, I hear you saying, there's only 4 turtles. Are you including April as part of their group? And while she could be considered for that, I'm not considering her to be one. See, when you have a group of 4 or 3, the members tend to have multiple roles of the 5-man band. In this case, Ralph has 2 roles. Donnie has the role of the smart guy, and the writers made him autistic. It makes me wonder if they intentionally meant to make him be an autistic savant. I mean, his robot is named Sheldon. You know, the character that heavily popularized the autistic savant trope. I know that's typical for them to use the word shell in naming things to make it turtle themed, but the fact that they went with Sheldon and not Shelly or Shell feels intentional. And yet, Donatello breaks the mold of the autistic savant trope. For one, while he is a male, he's not a white male. And while Donnie is a science guy, he's not incompetent in other areas. He's good at ninjutsu and he has some athletic skills. Perhaps they're trying to redefine the autistic savant trope? Have it where the autistic savant is incompetent in everything, but there's one thing they are good at that where they just outshine others. Donatello also seems to exhibit low empathy. Now, I need to specify, low empathy does not mean that he's incapable of showing emotions. I feel like a lot of people believe that empathy and emotions are connected. And empathy is your ability to sympathize with others. Donnie struggles with understanding how others are feeling, which often leads to disconnect with the rest of his family. After all, Ralph is scared to hurt Donnie's feelings regarding his so-called gifts to fix his brother, and Donnie has a real connection moment with April when he explains how he's afraid of if the mystical powers people use can just do what his tech does, he's completely worthless. And in the episode Winter Games, he's completely invested in winning, that his emotions come on display.
Donnie, are you okay? You did this! You'll do anything to win! My ankle! My moment! I heard it pop. I thought it was all over. Everything I worked for, everything I dreamed about. I'm sorry, can I have a moment?
But we also see how Donnie doesn't seem to care about certain people. This includes his father, who's afraid of Purple's punishments, because he's the most vicious of his children in punishment. We see how he's not always as touched emotionally as his brothers are. We see where they're crying because of villains playing on their sympathies. Donatello is completely unaffected by it, so when something does get through, it's surprising to him.
I don't normally feel things, but that one got through.
I mean, this is the guy who is shocked that he's crying when his brother is sacrificing himself to save the world. And he kept joking about how Leo should sacrifice himself in the team. Now, Mary, I hear you guys saying, why are you so focused on the fact that Donatello has low empathy? Well, the reason why I'm so focused on that is because the show takes a unique take with Donatello's low empathy. Normally, autistic characters in media that have low empathy are shown as evil or that this is a character flaw. This isn't the case here, though. Donatello is on our hero team, and as such, he's not selfish. He's more just interested in his own instance. I mean, he even points out that there are people in danger, while Leo points out that their music gig is ruined at one point. Now, what's interesting regarding him apologizing, Donatello makes various kinds of mistakes. I mean, he's a smart guy who makes things with his tech. He's going to have failures. By the sounds of it, it seems to be a lot, but he doesn't always apologize for it. It seems to be that he only apologizes when he means it instead of giving false analogy. Which, at least he's honest when he's actually sorry. I really love how they allowed a character who has low empathy and isn't a robot to be a hero character. It's a great message to send to people that just because you have low empathy doesn't mean you're a bad person. And I also like how his brother's father and April seems to be supportive of his autistic traits.
Raph, go! On it! Gotcha! Don't worry, Donnie! This is not a hug! It's a rescue!
This is how you should write protagonists with low empathy. I mean, normally Leonardo is my favorite turtle, but this time they managed to make Donatello my fave. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And did you guys know that there's apparently an autism battle where characters from various different fandoms are put against each other to determine who the king of autism is, and that Donatello took second place in 2023 and first place in 2024? Because I didn't know that until working on this video.
So, how would everyone rate that rescue experience? Unsatisfied? Very unsatisfied? Wish Donnie would have done it.